Okay, so this is that deadline I'm talking about, right? I have to cook, I have to get these dishes done. Water's been run for an hour now, but my head won't stop racing, and I keep sitting down. I keep going outside and smoke a cigarette, and keep walking around like, because I don't know how to do this, but I don't. That's just the process, right? But I always try and keep telling myself in the back of my head, you did take a shower today, and you will complete cooking, and you'll at least get the glasses done, right? Because they're in there. So I have to keep telling myself that, and I know that's not enough for the people I live with sometimes, right? It shouldn't be enough. I should do better, and I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do. Now that I'm awake, and I'm calling it awake because it's like you're in this movie, this really bad horror movie, when you lose your mind and you're stuck and you have no hope, and everything keeps popping and popping and popping, and it's hard to keep focus. And I'm so glad that I can document it now, because I can't write anymore, right? And I can't get it all down on paper. I can't write fast enough for my head to get it out there. So this is the best way, right? I hope you share this. I want people to see this, because the way my brain works is it gets a bunch of information and then it clicks. Like all of a sudden, click. It might take forever, but eventually it does. It clicks. Pop. So maybe someone's brain out there will click and they can help me, because that's why I'm really doing this. I know it's selfish, but I can't function. I can't live day to day, and I'm sorry that I don't see everyone that I live with, and I'm sorry I don't see everyone that I know. I don't see me, right? How can I see you if I don't see me? I'll never be who I was, which is a good thing. That's always my goal in life, is to grow and be better. I've always felt that way. There's always been moments in my life that I was doing things wrong, and something would click, and it's like, because I didn't know any better. That's just the way I was taught, and I didn't know there was another way. And I messed up a lot in my life because I just didn't know there was another way. I had no clue, right? Because you're told these things as a kid, and if you only live in your box of what your family life is as a kid, because that's all you see, right? The reactions at home and all, the things that happen at home, that's all you know. So when you have something good, like people like me, sorry about that. When you have something good, like people like me, we seem to mess it all up because we don't know how or what to do with it. And I think we only do that because there's small little things, and when you're a child, right, that people don't realize affect children. And I don't know if it affects all children. I just know it affected me. And it's the things that we don't talk about, like the fact that the things I was told, and when I actually went out into the world, and they were not true, you know. That wasn't the way life was for me. You can't pretend that it is true. I can't pretend that it is true when I can look at it and it's tangible to me that it's not. That's not true, and I don't know how to be different from that. And trying sometimes to fit in and be different and accept things that I never really understood or believed. And once I understood and believed, because I asked questions, you know, and That got me thrown out of a bunch of little catechisms. I mean, how you throw a 6-year-old out because they're asking questions, right? But anyway, that's neither here nor there, right? I don't care. Those are triggers and things that happen in my life, but I've always been that. It's not like I didn't know these things and weren't taught these things, and I just didn't believe them once I could see in front of me. So I just think different, guys, and that's okay. It's okay to think different. It's okay to be you. It's okay to take some time out for yourself because you're not available for someone else mentally. It's okay, and that's the only way you can get better. And be honest with yourself. That's how I do it, and I keep telling myself that. I'm not telling you this. When I say these things, I'm telling myself this. The playlist I put out are things I sing, songs I sing to myself. These aren't love songs to other people or apologies. These are love songs to myself and apologies to myself for not seeing this sooner and documenting it, because I do have something to document it with, without having to write it and not knowing how to spell. I've never been able to spell, right? But I can write. I can write beautiful stories, and I've done it, and so I can't spell. That's all. Multiplication, terrible at it. Never could memorize it. Slept with tape recorders by my bed, right? They would play it, and I'd play classical music to go to sleep, and repeat the multiplication all night long, right? 8-hour tape. Never could get it. Division, though, geometry, those I understand. Like, for me to tell you from here to my fireplace is so many feet, I really can't, right? But I know how long it'll take me to get there, right? I can perceive that, how distance closes between each other. That I can perceive, and I don't know how to explain that, but that's how I see it. And I don't know if anybody, says anything about it. And I want to be honest, and I want to put it all out there, so maybe someone can help. But music is a big part of recognizing that I'm important. So thank you to all them artists that put that out there. You do a really good service for some people that really depend on music to steer them and drive them in life, and always have. It's the only thing that poetry, and I can't read anymore, so I lost a lot. I lost a lot, just the abilities to, and no, it's not, you can't see it, right? You can't see what I can't do anymore, because it's not visible. I'm running in place. Those things are visible. And when I try and hide them things, and I'm so afraid to go to grocery shopping or to go to a function or to be around other people that don't live with me because they have to be here because I'm afraid to sleep in the yard, dude. I'm afraid to. I may talk shit. It's uncomfortable. We have bad bugs. So I'm sorry that it has to be me right now. But that's all I can focus on, to try and get myself better and try and help other people, hopefully. So if you can share this, please do. I really believe this will go far, and hopefully someone can analyze it and help out. Maybe there's answers out there and I just haven't found them. There's so much information and it's so hard to find. They make it so difficult just because they can pay to be at the top of the list, you know? For people like me, that's devastating information you can give us that can cause things in our lives that we can never recover from. I want you to know that. Do. And I'm just glad that I finally recognized it and have found the courage to say it and how it affects me. Tried to get on Facebook, I quit because I just couldn't contain myself. So I quit. I knew. I woke up one day and said, oh shit, this ain't for you. Get off of here. What are you doing? These things can't be unsaid. They were just a flight moment of being up for 30 hours at a time and being mad and angry at people that have no power. That's not right. It's not. But love yourself. You know, give yourself that grace that it's all learning experience, right? That's how you gain wisdom, is to grow and change and recognize. I just want to be human again. I'm tired of being an angry American, feeling helpless and hopeless. There's more for us out there. All of it's so senseless. I love so many people that I've hurt so many people I love. But it felt like they didn't accept me, you know? And my feelings and the way I felt. And I tried to explain over and over and they just won't hear. And it's a rambling mess when I do it. I don't blame them. I'm not blaming no one. I'm owning what I did, and I'm just explaining the situation of how it happens in my life and where my mind goes and how physically debilitating it is. Even though you don't see a broken leg or a scar. We will get to happier times, guys. I'm just working through this revolution in my head and things I want to say and point out. And I don't, that's all I got right now.